In the last video, we talked about what stops oil, right? Fear, doubt, comparison, delayed obedience. But today, I want you to answer the next question most people don't ask. How do I keep the oil flowing after it starts? Because God never intended for your life to be a cycle of crisis and rescues. He desired consistency, stewardship, and peace. So we're going to close this series, right? And I want to show you what actually keeps the oil flowing long term. So if this is your first time here, welcome, welcome. This video is the final teaching in the Struggle is Over series. And this is based on 2 Kings chapter 4. I strongly encourage you to watch the series in order. Each message builds on the last. And if this series has been blessing you, please make sure you stay with us into the end. So in 2 Kings 4, 6 through 7, the scripture says that when all of the vessels were full, she said to her son, "Bring me another vessel." And he said, "There is not another vessel." So the oil stopped. Notice, the oil didn't stop because God withdrew it. It stopped because there was nothing left to receive it. The widow didn't allow for her faith to be wavered. The oil flowed because of her obedience. And then the knowing that this will free her family. In Luke 16 and 10, it tells us that faithfulness with the little is what qualifies us for much. So breakthrough starts with obedience, but flow continues with faithfulness. So, one of the most overlooked details of this story is that the widow didn't stop listening after the miracle happened. She went back for more instruction. She went back to the man of God and she asked him, "What do I do now?" Oil flows where obedience continues. Many people pray for provision, but then stop seeking God once the pressure is lifted. But God sustains what stays surrendered. So if this video is shifting how you see provisions, go ahead, like this video. It helped this message reach other women who may need it. So now the prophet didn't tell her to celebrate publicly. He told her to manage wisely. So she sold the oil, she paid off her debt, and she lived on the rest. There was no waste, there was no chaos, there was no proving. God keeps flowing where stewardship lives. Sustainability is spiritual. So the oil flowed as long as there were vessels available. So that means for the long term flow, that requires preparation even when things are quiet. It looks like building when no one is clapping. Preparation is like preparing when no one is seeing. And it's creating when fear whispers, "What if it runs out?" But if this series is helping you grow in faith and clarity, subscribe so we can, build this thing together. So for women today, especially moms, single moms, all you can look like wisdom, experience, insight, creativity, faith refined through real experience. And our vessels may look like social platforms, system, routines, disciplines, offerings, obedience structures. So flow continues when preparation becomes a lifestyle, not a reaction. So the struggle is over, but maintenance is a choice. So ask God this simple question: what keeps the oil flowing in my life? And whatever He shows you, stay faithful to that answer. Thank you for walking this series out with me and stay blessed and have a blessed day. Later.